All right, we're going to be on Malinovka and the Hawk 30 for this video, guys. We are running this with CVS optics and Bounty low noise exhaust, and this is going to be a pretty interesting game, man. I really wanted to talk to you guys about Malinovka and why I make this initial play, because it's gotten some flack in the comments on several videos that I've done on Malinovka where these people are claiming to be really, really, really good players and they're saying it's such a horrible play. And that's fine, man. I want to emphasize to you guys and like kind of preface with this at the start of this video by saying that I am not a Unicom player, okay? I am not like a 65% win rate player. I hold a 57% win rate, and my WN8 is something like 26, I think it's close to 2700 now. Like, I am not one of these insane great players at this game, some super duper phenomenal player, right? I'm pretty good, but I'm not great, and this is why my content is made to help people that are about 48, 49% win rate players, your average player, right? Because most players are somewhere around 49% in terms of win rate. If you hold above a 50% win rate, you're actually better than the average, right? The average player. So on Malinovka, what I like to do is come up to this bush at the top, and I've showed you guys this play several times, right, from both spawns. But the reason I come here instead of going to this little bush down here is because of the angle that you can spot people at. And once we spot all these people, I'm going to pause and just explain this a little bit further. You can see the arty tracer. So look at everyone we're spotting here. There's going to be like one more guy I think we spot. Tiger 2. I'm going to pause right here, guys, right? When you approach this bush from either spawn, the chances of you getting lit from an enemy tank, an enemy light tank doing the same thing are somewhat likely. Furthermore, when you go to this bush, the angle is not the same because you're down a lot further, and the way this like ridge line works, usually you will not spot these guys until they get up towards the top of the hill, right? And if they're really, really good, they can hug this red line, and you might not even spot them if they have like, I don't know, brothers in arms and they're running some concealment on. They have like a Superman crew. Like for instance, this E75, we might not even spot him if he's hugging this red line from this bush, right? So I know there's been a couple people, man, on several videos that I've shared but using this bush where people are telling me like, this is a bad play, you're an awful light tank player, you're average at best. Like, fine, man. If you're someone who can, 3-mark tier 10 light tanks and stuff, that's fine. That's great. You're not going to learn from my content. You're already a better player than me. I have no problem admitting that, but understand that, watching my videos, that I am not like one of these super duper 65% win rate players. My content is to help players that are average at the game. So if you already know a better play or this play works better for you, then go for it, man. Do it. But I have to emphasize that, guys, because I feel like a lot of people are like ripping on me in the comments like, this is such an awful play. And okay, fine, man. But this is what I like to do, and this is why I do it. And the further comments are saying, Whirls, you're spotting people, but no one is able to get a shot, so this is useless. Two things with that. One, there's Arty, and I know Arty can't do a heck of a lot of damage, but it is giving Arty a shot. We have one Arty on our team, and obviously one on theirs. There's a video that I think I recorded on this same map, or I know I played a game on this map where I made the same play yesterday. I don't know if I have that video or not, because I have like 10 videos to bring you guys. But there were two Arty, and both of them got shots, and I got like 500-600 spotting like that. So that is one thing, Arty. Second, you're giving the team a lot of information here, right? Even if no one is getting shots, you're giving the team a plethora of information, man. We have two heavies coming up the hill over here, right? Only two heavies. I've spotted 5 people that are approaching the hill. So now everyone on the entire map knows there's 5 freaking people coming up the hill, and we only have 2 guys. So what's going to be the outcome? Everyone already knows a minute and a half into the game, likely we're going to lose the hill, so people can make adjustments if they're good players. Does that all make sense to you guys? And hopefully it doesn't sound cocky or anything, but I'm trying to really emphasize these things in this video because again, this play, for whatever reason, seems to get a lot of flack in the comments, and people saying that there's better plays. And if there's better plays and you like making other plays, then go for them, man. But I have to like really emphasize and explain to you guys, again, I'm not some super duper Unicum player. So this is the play that I found works for me, so I like to make this play initially. STRV81 is going to get a shot into me here, and we're going to retreat. And from here, what I'm going to do is sit right here in this little area. And this is a good passive scouting location, skill for LTU. Arguably a Unicum player has pointed out that this is a fantastic location for a passive light tank player to play at, right? So I'm going to sit here, and I find that it's very passive. Yes, I mean, you're not going to spot a whole lot, but in my opinion, I think it's a good area to go to kind of just wait and assess the situation and let the team kind of do what it needs to do. And you need to let the game progress, right? You can't just win the game in 5 seconds in a light tank by doing all this active scouting. That's been proven by EBR 105 players when they first, got the EBR 105. People are doing donuts around the whole map and they're dying in the first minute of the game because active scouting like that doesn't win you the game. So I like to play it safe, not bite off more than I can chew, and just continue to see kind of how the game is going to progress. Now, we kind of already know what's going to happen on the hill. So now that everybody is kind of set in their positions, I can now poke this bush. And the thing with Malinovka, and the reason why, in my eyes, it's very tricky to spot on this map, is because anyone who sits in this entire area back here, it's very, very challenging to spot these people without literally running right through the forest, right? Because you can get to where the G-Sor is, and look, he's not spotting anything from this location. Even when I get in there with CVS and 508 view range, you can't spot hardly anything. You can try and poke into here, but then usually these people will spot you if you're trying to poke this bush. So it's really, really tricky, man. This is why the hill is so important, because if you win the hill, you can actually run down the hill, get some speed and momentum, wiggle yourself in there, kind of do like the snaking motion. The slalom is what I like to call it, and you can spot enemy tank destroyers as you run like right through, right? So we know what's going to happen on the hill. Let's now advance, guys. Let me take a break from talking because, man, like I'm really trying to share a lot of things in this video and get you guys to understand the main reason that I bring you my content, right? To help those average players. So let's see what happens here. We're going to put it on around 4 times. We're just going to try and spot the best we can for the tank destroyers in the back as people are coming down this hill. Now we sit here, we have the Yag Tiger perma-spotted here. Permalit, whatever you want to call it. And I'm trying to figure out what else I can do in this situation. The Artie is getting some shots here. People are trying to hit this guy in the top of the tank. And what else can I do, man? I'm only at 900 spotting. Like, I need to try and advance and try and do something else. So I'm sitting here for a while. We do spot the G-Sor, spot the Yag. Actually, someone else spotted him. And we're continuously spotting the Yag. And eventually, I'm going to start moving up and doing something else. We get more spotting on him here. I'm coming up to this bush, see if I can spot anything else. But the reason why I'm being so passive here is look at the map, man. Only our G-Sor is here. 122 is here, so he'd be able to get shots. But our G-Sor is here. Su-101 is here. Scorpion is here. Like, we need the firepower. So there's no reason for me to go and spot people all the way in, like, A3, A4 area if really only the G-Sor, maybe the 122 TM is going to have shots, right? So I'm going to put a shot to the STRV-81. G-Sor goes and cleans up the Yag. That's really good on him. He's a pretty good player. And now we're going to start advancing here. I'm going to go kind of where the G-Sor is. I'm trying to make these little active scout runs here. I'm going to poke up in this bush line. You can see we spot the E75. We're going to try and wait to see if someone can get a shot into this guy. But even poking here, like I'm telling you, man, you can't spot people in this area. Like you can see I'm trying to run through this bush line to get vision through these bushes. I'm going to put the shot into the E75 because no one else is hitting him. And I'm not spotted here, and now I need to run in and look where I'm at right now, guys. Look at this. I still can't spot any one of these bushes. We spot the Su-130 who was next to the rock down here. And this is the challenge, man. Like, I swear to God, people that don't play light tanks, they play like tank destroyers and stuff, think that, it's some cheat code you have when you're close enough to spot people, you'll spot them. Like, look, the M53 is all the way down here, man. And it could be the ridge line as well, the reason why we didn't spot him. But you saw how I had to literally get on top of this guy because of the way the map works here. The ridge lines and all the trees and foliage, like, I still couldn't spot this guy. So don't, like, if you're one of those tank destroyer players that doesn't play a lot of light tanks, understand the game mechanics, man. Like, as a light tank player, you got to get really risky, man. Like, you got to really make these super, super risky plays to spot enemies, right? It's not so easy. I have 508 view range and I'm running CVS, right? So understand that, like, especially on Prokhorovka, when you're sitting on the K line and your light tank is a couple squares up and you're typing in the chat like, LT, you suck, remember what I'm telling you guys in this video. Like, playing light tanks is very challenging. Again, there's going to be those players that are like Unicom players and they know exactly, like, they've played the game for 100,000 battles or whatever, and they're Unicom players and they're light tanks. They're better than me, and maybe they can make things work by being way more aggressive. But I'm telling you, for most players, for like 95% of players, I'd argue even more, it's very, very tricky, man, to play a light tank, because you have no armor, you have the mobility, but you have to literally, like, on some maps, run right past enemies to spot them, man, if there's a lot of foliage. So even with CVS, right? So eventually this guy is going to go down. We kind of brought this game back because we were kind of losing the game, right? But we were able to bring it back. 1635 damage, 2708 assist. I hope all my rambling has helped you guys, because I feel like I've talked so much in this video. But let's get into the end plates, and I hope that helps you out on Malinovka, guys. And I hope it's clear why I make this play at the beginning. And I hope it's clear that I'm not a Unicom player. So 2708 spotting, 1635 damage. By numbers, not a fantastic game, but good enough for me, right? We're top by damage, top by experience here, 2 kills, and the G-Source played very, very well. And that's it. We made 104k. I think we were running some boosters here. We had the clan booster, and I have my own personal booster, but we're only on the standard account. Still made 104k. Not bad at all, right, guys? So if you're looking to make credits, you might just have to burn some money and buy a premium. Like, just do it, man. But I can totally understand if you guys don't want to give any money to Wargaming. I'm very conservative. Like, I have the Watt Plus. This is pretty much the only money that I give Wargaming now at this point. I'm even trying to, you know, get the 1 day of free premium, which I did get yesterday. And I get that through the Battle Pass. And then I run these boosters again and play my premiums. But that's all, guys. Hope this helps you out on Malinovka. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.